Well, it took an old man to do it, but we actually got a really good show tonight on Monday Night Raw. This is WWE's Monday Night Raw Explained, the weekly video series where we take a look at how all of tonight's events might affect future storylines. We try to understand where WWE might be going with some of this stuff, and we analyze where things will go as we head down the road to WrestleMania. Before we get into it, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, leave a comment, let me know what you thought about tonight's show. All right, let's talk about CM Punk. Wow, wow, wow. What a way to kick off tonight's show. I'm telling you, look, and I am a little biased because I am a CM Punk guy, but I would love to see Roman Reigns go out there and try to do what CM Punk did tonight, because CM Punk came out to a crowd that was hungry for Roman Reigns, that was asking for Roman Reigns. The first thing we heard as he grabbed the mic was OTC, OTC, and he's like, he's not here today. And that crowd started off by booing CM Punk, and by the end of this whole thing, he turned that crowd around. The ending of it, the cherry on top where he talked about the ticket prices, yep, that made everybody erupt. But before that, he already had that crowd eating out of the palm of his hands. And that, my friends, is why CM Punk is the best in the world. Wrestling is not just about what you do in ring, although CM Punk is also among the best at that as well. But on the mic, there just is no match to him. I have been watching a lot of AEW lately, and yeah, MJF, I feel like he and CM Punk's mic skills are here and here. But CM Punk is still unmatched. Man, what a promo. What a pipe bomb. Yeah, give the man a mic and he will do this every single time. We'll touch base on some of the things he talked about. Look, I've said this before in prior videos. We got to stop with those stupid what chants. That's how it started tonight. CM Punk was talking. He was in the middle of the ring having a moment, talking about how he had been feeling. And of course, at the end of every sentence, what, what, what? And maybe this is the fault of Pat McAfee from Friday, but no. WWE crowds love to do this. We got to stop with this, right? And I'm not saying like it isn't called for sometimes, sure. But obviously this was going somewhere. We just be better. Be better about this. But Roman Reigns being safe and boring, that's the reason why he is the person that gets sent to Jimmy Fallon without a belt. It's because he's safe and he's boring. And we know, and we don't know what would happen if we were to send CM Punk, because we don't know what he would say. And that is absolutely true, man. Look at the video that has gone the most viral about that, from that interview with Jimmy Fallon, which starts off by Jimmy Fallon showing a picture of Roman Reigns with someone over his shoulders about to do a Samoan drop. And the question Jimmy Fallon asks him is, are we going to see this move at WrestleMania? And like, I'm not saying be mean to casuals. Fine. We need more people that like wrestling. The only way for wrestling to get better is if more and more people like it. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, when was the last time you saw Roman Reigns do a Samoan drop, right? If they were to have asked that to CM Punk would be like, no, we're not going to do that. That's dumb. I haven't done that move in years. Uh, but yeah, no, I mean, it proves this point, right? Roman Reigns is safe. Roman Reigns is boring, right? As far as what TKO wants. And yeah, nothing that he said about this was wrong, right? The way that CM Punk shot, not just on TKO, but The Rock. I don't know. I don't want to say the thing because I think we all thought it, but I feel like we always think it, and I don't want to say the thing. But he did bring up The Rock today, and could this be part of an angle? Could this be like there's a whole lot happening between like, oh, TKO versus WWE? Could this be an angle? Because we know who's in the board of directors for TKO. Is this all leading towards some sort of angle where WWE takes on TKO in some sort of way, and the person who represents TKO is Dwayne? That's the first place my mind went when he said this. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't know. Let's see. He said that Roman Reigns only had a job because he only got a job from his daddy because he sucked at football. Again, where is the lie? He called Roman Reigns a Nepo baby who ate dog food for a weird old man. Yes, 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 yes. I loved it. Listen, this promo got me pumped up for Monday Night Raw since the very beginning, man. This was absolutely amazing. He said, "Yeah, sure, like you've main evented several WrestleManias. You can talk about how many times you've main evented WrestleManias, but if anyone else would have missed and sucked at his first 8 attempts, they would have been blackballed from the business and fired." He's absolutely right. Right? Like that's the whole gripe that everyone had with Roman Reigns. And like, sure, like now he's the head of the table. Now he's the OTC. And yeah, the character shift was definitely needed. And this is way more intriguing. And everything that he does now is definitely more entertaining. He's just a cooler version of who he is in real life. And great. Great. I love that they did that. But we all forget the big dog, right? We all forget that he ate dog food for a weird old man. So I love that CM Punk brought this up tonight. That was absolutely awesome. What a fun segment as someone who loves CM Punk. Called out Pat McAfee. Called him out for shooting on the business, calling him a TKO shell, whatever it is, calling him a has-been football player, telling him if he really wants to put butts in seats to go to whoever the hell sent him to Friday Night SmackDown, meaning TKO, obviously, and to tell them to lower the ticket prices so that everyone can see CM Punk put his foot on Roman's neck. This was an absolutely amazing promo. What a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. I do think that this might be leading to some sort of angle with WWE and TKO, right? This is who CM Punk is. This is how CM Punk became so popular amongst wrestling fans, right? Is by being the voice of the voices, by representing the WWE fan, the wrestling fan. He is the voice of the fans on screen. So for him to shoot on TKO, for him to shoot on everything that's wrong with how they're running the business, with him to shoot on The Rock as someone who is part of TKO, for him to shoot on ticket prices, yeah, this wasn't an accident. This wasn't CM Punk going off script, I don't think. I feel like they run a tight ship nowadays. And like, sure, like some of this may be, right, like he went further than they wanted him to, specifically probably calling Pat McAfee. Uh, Hilarious, by the way. But yeah, I do think that this is leading towards a bigger angle. I do feel like, look, I've said it before and I've said it again. The one thing that The Rock loves more than anything is money. And next year's WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, who's to say that he won't show up after that main event at WrestleMania? Probably after Roman beats CM Punk and and start an angle with Roman Reigns, a year-long angle where he challenges his cousin for that title, for the world, for the WWE World Championship in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania. I don't know. Look, we've all been burned before, so I almost don't want to bring that up. I almost don't want to say that part out loud, but none of this felt like it was an accident. And when CM Punk speaks, we listen. So, yeah, something's telling me that there's more to this whole thing. Look, I said that the whole Roman and Randy Orton thing might be connected, and I feel like that is the person to connect it all. I do feel like The Rock as a representative for TKO, especially with what Pat McAfee said last week, right? With The Rock as a representative for TKO, it just feels like he is what brings these stories together. Maybe start some new sort of like corporate faction, some sort of like TKO representing faction, or like the heel group, and yeah, headed by The Rock, headed by Dwayne. I don't know. Again, wishful thinking. I don't want to get our hopes up because yeah, that sounds like a fun angle, and of course, WWE is more entertaining when Dwayne shows up, right? It just we have fanfare, we have all the bells and whistles whenever Dwayne shows up. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to get our hopes up. I don't want to do this again like we did last year with the whole John Cena thing, but so you're telling me there's a chance. Overall, I thought this was a really fun show. We had Austin Theory. He went up against LA Knight. Austin Theory won that match thanks inadvertently to IShowSpeed. So before this match, IShowSpeed was in the back. He was looking for Danhausen. He wanted Danhausen to lift the curse. Didn't happen. Danhausen's still the best part of WWE programming, show after show after show. I hope he gets some sort of WrestleMania something. I would love a match between The Miz and Danhausen at WrestleMania. I think that would be so much fun because both guys know how to play their part here, and I think they both deserve it. But what we are getting for sure is a 6-man tag team match between The Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory with IShowSpeed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Yeah, sure. I don't know what's going to come out of this. I don't know what the outcome will be here. Maybe IShowSpeed will turn on The Vision. He's showing himself to be a good guy. Look, IShowSpeed, he's entertaining. He's fun. He is athletic. I'm sure that he will look pretty damn good in the ring. He's working with a lot of really good wrestlers who will for sure make him look good. I have no problem with this. Look, I don't like the whole like injecting celebrities into wrestling matches by WWE. So I guess I do have a problem with this, but like, all right, look, we're gonna have a celebrity in there. Fine, WWE loves doing this, so at least they've built an angle with IShowSpeed. So let's just get through it, and let's get back to an actual storyline for LA Knight. Yeah, yeah. We were supposed to get Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. That got interrupted because Dominic Mysterio came out and attacked Finn Balor before or as he was making his way to the ring, whatever. We then got a video package after this whole thing from Finn Balor. Finn Balor did end up like kicking both their asses, by the way, which, okay. Did he? I don't remember. Right? Like he had the upper hand, but then maybe he didn't. I don't quite remember how that whole thing ended up. It doesn't matter because after this whole thing, we did get a video package from Finn Balor saying that like you're going to see a different Finn at WrestleMania. So I do think that we're going to get the Demon back. If we're going to get the Demon back, we have to like reestablish the like dominance that comes with the Demon. Like we have to like rebuild that persona, right? Because I do feel like it was watered down a bit the last couple times we saw it, especially because he took a couple of losses as the Demon. Yeah, I do think that we're gonna see the Demon at WrestleMania. But then also like Dom was backstage with in the Judgment Day clubhouse, and he's like, I know exactly what to do for this situation. I know exactly how to handle this with Finn. So I don't know what he's gonna come up with, but after that whole thing, they left. They went to go talk to Adam Pearce. They being JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. It was Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez in the back. Liv asked to have a word with Roxanne in private, so Raquel left. She was starting to talk to her about Finn Balor, about, like, hey, I know that Finn brought you in here, but, last week we did what we had to do, or a few weeks back we did what we had to do. And then she was attacked by Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer had an awesome video package this week where she talked about Liv Morgan, and because Liv Morgan said those words about Stephanie Vaquer. You don't talk about someone's mama like that, all right, Liv? But Liv Morgan brought up Stephanie Vaquer's mom in her in-ring promo last week. So then Stephanie Vaquer was like pissed off, and she took Liv out. She took Liv and Raquel out. Raquel landed pretty nasty, or not Raquel. I'm sorry, Roxanne landed pretty nasty. So I hope that she's okay. I know she just came off an injury, so I really hope that she's fine because the way she landed did look pretty nasty. But yeah, fine. Look, I don't know what they're doing with this match, because you have one week where, yeah, like the segment's really fun and like, oh my God, they're like shooting on each other and like the promos that they have on each other are so great. And then we forget about them for a week. And then there's a video package the following week. And then, oh, look, it's exciting again. So I don't doubt that they're going to have a great in-ring match, but the build just hasn't been my favorite here. Speaking of matches that didn't have my favorite build, we got a match between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Michin and B-Fab. I think this was the best step forward in this feud so far. I think that this match, this match and everything that came from it was the best part to happen between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill so far. I think that Michin and BFAB actually looked good in the ring. I think that after the match, being, kind of Jade's, I don't want to say muscle, but being Jade's just like stooges, worked out for them. Like they didn't look weak. It didn't look like, well, why are you guys even here? I think everything about this I actually liked, especially the way that Jade was like, look, I know that beating you up, Rhea, isn't going to accomplish anything because you're just going to come back, because they're both supposed to be big powerhouses. They're both supposed to be tough, muscly, strong women, and they both are. So, yeah, attacking Rhea, sure, it would do some damage today, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't affect Rhea Ripley. But what does affect Rhea Ripley is attacking her best friend, Io Sky. So the reason, like the way that this happened, that where Michin and BFAB were holding back Rhea Ripley while Jade Cargill attacked Io Sky with the candlestick, I thought this was absolutely awesome. I thought that this was really smart on WWE's part. It made the heels look smart. It made the heels look tough. It made Jade Cargill look like a smart champion who was working more Rhea psychology, because she know that she can get through that over her physicality. So this was great. What a fun angle. What a smart angle. And this is the best. Like I said, this was the best segment that these two have had so far. And it actually got me a little bit excited for this match. I haven't really been excited for this match, but it actually got me a little bit excited for this match. I feel like Jade has to win that match. Otherwise, what's the point? Right? Like, otherwise, what's the point to turn Michin and BFAB heel? Otherwise, what's the point to align the three of them together if they're just going to lose at WrestleMania? So I do think that Jade has to win that match, but I just don't see WWE doing that to Rhea Ripley. Like, Rhea is their golden goose, and I do feel like they need to put a championship on her. So in that sense, even, right, like, I want to see this match now. We had Seth Rollins come out for a segment tonight. We still don't have an answer as to why Gunther attacked Seth last week. Seth Rollins did mention, like, oh, you were probably hired by Paul Heyman to protect him. But then we saw a segment backstage where no, that wasn't the case, right? Like, Paul Heyman was like, I don't know why you came out last week to attack Seth Rollins, but I owe you a thank you. And Gunther's like, you owe me more than a thank you. So I do think that this is all somehow, some way going to get us Gunther versus Brock Lesnar, probably at SummerSlam. We have been hearing, right, like murmurs here and there that Brock Lesnar is ready to call it a career. I don't think he should be back to begin with, but whatever. WWE just, whatever. Anyway, but we have heard, right, like whispers of him wanting to call it a career at SummerSlam. We have heard Gunther being the person to finish his career, just like he has done so several times now. So I do feel like this is headed in that direction. Like, he's going to take on Seth Rollins. He'll probably beat Seth Rollins, maybe with some help from the Vision in some way. And then he's going to cash in that favor with Paul Heyman and be like, I want Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And if I win, I want, like, it'll be for his career type of thing. So I do think that that's where it's headed. Really interesting way of getting there, but by all means, if that's the outcome here, I'm all for it. Speaking of which, the final segment tonight was the contract signing between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Great, great. Right, there was supposed to be a contract signing. Adam Pearce came out. Triple H came out. A bunch of security. None of it mattered. These two went at it from the moment that Obafemi came out. I dare I say that this match should main event night one over Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I just feel like more people care about this match than that, especially considering what happened Friday. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I just feel like this is a much more exciting match that we're all looking forward to. It's just going to be two big beefy men slapping man meat, and we're all here for it. We're all here for it. So Obafemi absolutely needs to win that match, by the way. Listen, they've been protecting Obafemi every step of this. We have one more Raw before WrestleMania. Do we have one more Raw before WrestleMania? What's tonight? Today is the 6th, 7th? One of those. We have one more Raw next week, would be like the 13th. Yeah, we have one more Raw before WrestleMania. And Obafemi has had the best of Brock Lesnar every week. There hasn't been a single week where Brock Lesnar beats down Obafemi. So yeah, they're protecting Obafemi here. So Obafemi just needs to win that match. I cannot wait for that. I mean, those are the biggest things that happened on tonight's show. Running through a couple other things that happened, we did get there was a interview segment thing, a pre-recorded interview between AJ Lee and Michael Cole that got interrupted by Becky Lynch. They exchanged words. AJ Lee told Becky Lynch, like, look, say whatever you want, but when you put your daughter to bed tonight and you ask her who her favorite wrestler is, she's not gonna say Becky Lynch, she's gonna say AJ Lee. And then she walked away, and that AJ or Becky Lynch just like blew a gasket. She got very upset about this. Another match where the build hasn't been great, but I'm sure that they're going to be perfectly fine. I don't think that this match needs too much of a build. We've had, well, to be fair, we've had months of build, right? But like in their different matches. But this specific match hasn't had a whole lot of back and forth. And I think that's fine. I think that's fine. This match is going to be fun. I don't know who wins it. I don't know who wins it. Speaking of matches, though, we did get someone else added to that ladder match. There was a match tonight between Javon Evans, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus Los Americanos. The good guy team won that match. I guess the good guy, I was gonna say the American guys, but none of them are. So Penta, Javon Evans, and Dragon Lee won that match. During this match, by the way, Kofi Kingston backstage watching Javon Evans during his match. I don't know what that plan is. I don't know what the plan is to do with Javon Evans. I don't think it's time to turn him heel, but I do feel like that's where they're headed. I really do. I feel like he might join the New Day. I don't think it's time. I just don't. After this match, however, we did get Rey Mysterio came out. I guess he is healthy and ready to wrestle because he will be part of this ladder match. So it is now a 6-man ladder match between Javon Evans, Penta, Dragon Lee, now Rey Mysterio, we got JD McDonough, and we got Rusev. I think Rey Mysterio wins this match. I don't know why. I just feel like, why else would you put him in this match? Especially because we had already heard that it was going to be like Gunther versus Rey. So if he's healthy, why didn't we just get that match? So I feel like maybe Rey wins the title and then Dom challenges him for the title, and maybe it's like a career for title match. I don't know. But what match is made worse? What ladder match is made worse with Rey Mysterio in it? None. That's the answer. There is no such thing as a match that is made worse by adding Rey Mysterio. So love that. This match is gonna absolutely steal WrestleMania. Like this, the Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar match, probably the two matches at WrestleMania. We did also get a match between Bayley and Lash Legend. Bayley won this match with some help from Lyra Valkyria. Everyone came out. Everyone got involved. Everyone except the Bellas. So that's concerning, right? Because we did hear that like one of them rolled her ankle last week and like was going through rehab. So I hope that this doesn't mean that they're not able to be a part of that Fatal 4-Way. Fingers crossed that she gets better, because a Fatal 4-Way just sounds like a lot more fun than a triple threat match. Although, if they're not in it and we do end up having a triple threat match, ain't nothing wrong with that either. But yeah, Bayley won that match with some help from Lyra, because why not? Everyone was getting involved anyway. Overall, what a great show tonight was. What a difference from last week's Friday Night SmackDown, man. And I do think that a lot of it had to do with CM Punk's promo, right? Like you start a show up here, it's hard to end it here. And what happened on Friday night after Pat McAfee came out as the guy on the phone, the show already started here, and it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to climb from down here than it is to start up here and end down here. Does that make sense? Anyway, it's hard to start here and end here, and it's also hard to start here and end here. Anyway, fun show, great show. 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5 as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of this. I don't know what Roman Reigns is going to come out with next week. How's he going to respond to that? Acknowledge me, and then we all will, right? Like I'll do it too. I mean, but just he just can't do the things CM Punk can do on the mic. I'm sorry to break it to you, he just can't. Anyway, though, since you made it this far, make sure to drop a like, make sure to hit subscribe, make sure to do all the things. Let me know in the comments what you thought about tonight's show. Check out this video. It's about AEW. Don't be weird, right? Don't be like, oh, I only watched. Go watch AEW. Look, I haven't been watching AEW for a very long time. This is week 5 of me becoming an AEW fan. So far, so good. Check out the video. A lot of fun. But as always, until next time, have a nice day.